But they paraded his carcass around the media like some sort of fucking like what we saw when the Italian dictator
Mussolini.
Yeah,
with the vomit in the urination.
He was strung up literally in town square and rotted on the end of a rope while people pissed and shit and threw garbage at him. I mean, it was one of those sorts
Saddam
of things.
hung or hanged and all over the fucking media. Gaddafi getting scissored in the ass all over the media, but no Osama.
We threw him in the ocean, and it was for our national security.
Dude, what
I believe it was for our national security. I mean, for one, you guys don't really know the inside and outs of a high-level government operations. And I fear if you guys did know, it might shake you to your core. And all I gotta say about this is this Gaddafi character. He sounds like he was a pretty bad feller. It probably need to be off, and if we did the job, typically it's how America does it. When the doing needs to be done, we get in and we get it done right.
But if you look at the rap sheet, it is unlike any other enemy of America. His undoing was unlike any of them. It was completely shrouded in blackness. And all you had
Osama bin Laden, you mean?
Yeah, and it was.
Oh, I thought we were talking about Gaddafi. I mean, Osama.
There's good comparisons to make here.
No, dude, there's parallels up the yin yang.
Well, you were talking about swine flu in the.
That was Gaddafi talking about it.
Yeah, I understand. That's what I thought we were talking about. Are we talking about Osama bin Laden again, or are we talking about Gaddafi?
Because if I'll tell you parallels,
he's probably right about the swine flu fear tactic because. If most American zombie types don't have a reason to be kept scared and in their homes, might be panicking in the streets. Just from my observation, we need to keep the zombies zombified to keep it business as usual. I don't know what you guys mean.
That's pretty
But
bold.
If we're going to be Americans with our big swinging dicks, if they're going to claim that this guy not only I don't even believe this. If we're going to claim this guy brought down the Twin Towers, I don't believe that.
You're talking about Osama bin Laden or Gaddafi?
We're talking about Osama bin Laden for a second.
Wait, okay, so we're backpedaling. You're backpedaling,
and we're going to talk about the fact that he was murdered, or that's a bad word. He was killed. Whatever.
I heard he played PlayStation.
He was, according to the United States, they murdered him.
And so if we're going to talk about that, as an American who would like to go back to the good old days where we had a big swinging dick for a reason, where we were righteous and moral, and I don't know when, probably
when that day was. That
1776, July 5th.
That's some
long ago. That's about it.
That's the last time we had a valid reason to swing our dicks around. But I'm just saying that I want to see the motherfucker's body. I'm man enough. I'm not afraid. It's not going to fuck my national security up.
If Toddlers and Tiaras can be on primetime television, why can't we see a dead body?
Yeah, we watch people get murdered and raped in movies and television all the time.
I saw Steven Tyler, and he looked like a fucking dead man walking.
Holy shit, with man boobs.
And his little Speedo, dippy Speedo.
Me and him were just, I was just talking to him, Jacob the Mormon about this. Man titties, that guy. Heroin junkie man titties. Go ahead.
But I wish Osama bin Laden, so wait, they scissored Gaddafi's anus. Right.
Yes.
This is news to me, but
I think they were trying to cut off his pants, but I think they were hitting anus when they were doing it because I've analyzed.
Why are they cutting off his pants?
Because they wanted to see the wounds, all these wounds on his bodies, and they started scissoring. And I mean, from the look of it, they
misscissored his
his pants.
It went a little deep.
It went through.
It wasn't a paramedic cut.
No, it was some village dirt cutting surgeon shit. So.
But that's enough about Gaddafi. That's quite a smoke screen. Bunch of bullshit. No relevance to our lives in American culture, politics, society. Anyway,
smoke and mirrors.
Fucking bullshit.
I see you, Kim Jong-il.
Yes,
Kim Jong-il is our next topic.
I got a couple things I want to say.
D, take it away. Let's hear what you have to say about Kim Jong-il, because none of us, I don't think any of us here could tip our hats in any way.
I think he's a coward. I think he really wanted. He likes movies. I hear he likes Pretty Woman.
Asian Hitler, dude. He's the Asian Hitler.
I think that maybe his son will be man enough to push the button and get this war done for good.
Holy shit!
Kim Jong-un.
Because Kim, he didn't have the cojones to get us going where we need to go.
He bombed a bunch of. He sunk some South Korean warships.
He tested weapons in the Pacific.
I mean, so they say.
Yeah. There you go. There's your thinking hat on there, Deke. I agree with you. Who the fuck?
Well,
I didn't see any.
I'm starting
to
think like you guys. I mean, you guys got some pretty valid points.
We indoctrinated you into the C.N.E.
It's not
brainwashing.
For my own survival, so I can stay on an even keel here. I need to try to assimilate. And
God help you if there's a Muslim next to you.
So,
but Kim Jong-il.
Kim Jong-il, he's still not the official president or dictator of North Korea.
It's Kim Jong-un.
Yeah, his father
is the founder.
He's been immortalized and will always be in charge of the country, even though he's
their deity,
deceased.
dude.
Yeah, God, I think his name translates to Dad, God, King. He's like got all bases covered, and I think that Kim Jong Il is King God Dad,
King God Jr.
and King God Dad Eternal. I think is the dad. Well, he's a step down. I say good riddance. Good riddance to bad rubbish.
Good riddance for sure. Yeah. Because the North Koreans have they're a horrible. The structure is cataracts. Freaky, but
sounds like a job for America.
But
get in there,
clean
her up.
But then again, you have to look at. I mean, it's historical because if the North had taken control of the South, would Korea be completely like North Korea is now? The entire peninsula or whatever it is.
Aren't we still at war with North Korea? That's never been.
I'm pretty sure we are.
Yeah. It's one of those communist things that just never went away.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is if we hadn't went in there with our big swinging red, white, and blue peckers, would they be so suppressive? I don't know but I mean the state that they were in before he died, the state they're in now is ridiculous and sad and suppressive and horrific.
I mean, communism usually brings that kind of suppression regardless of opposition.
I'm not going to.
So does democracy. Well, just democracy, but in a different light. You know what I mean?
If Cuba had embargoes put on him, do you think that Castro would have laid his thumb down on those poor bastards as bad as he did? No. If the economy was good, I think he would have allowed it to be good. But with embargoes like we've had against North Korea and Cuba, we haven't forced them. I won't be so liberal as to say that, but that we've backed them into a corner. Let's definitely say that's a fact. We backed them into a corner where they had to get help from the Soviets. Che Guevara was a great man. Che Guevara was a great man.
They could have bowed.
They were backed into.
If you look at the history of North Korea, they've been fighting off invasion since there was even anything built there. The Japanese, the
Chinese. Sounds like Texas.
Americans, yeah. They've been fighting off.
So
I liken them to a sexually abused child that grew up to be a psychopath. That's how I look at North Korea.
Yeah,
because that's what it is.
Because you put in an embargo when the United States and all of their butt buddies put an embargo on your country, you are basically going to starve that civilization. Unless, I mean, maybe that's overstepping the lines, but you're going to cause them great, great turmoil.
Yeah, it's nighty night. Well, you put them to bed.
Oh yeah, it's like
tuck them in.
You can't get a Coca-Cola in Cuba.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
We're a wet blanket too. We come in.
We are.
We stay like a wet blanket on you.
We're a big fucking flying squirrel on the faces of people like that, dude.
Third wheel of the world.
You grow tomatoes. You ain't allowed to grow potatoes.
Well, you can grow all the sugar you want. Us in the European Union and all of our little sex partners are not going to buy it. Fuck you. Eat your sugar. Sort of mentality as far as Cuba goes. And then you got North Korea.
We eat a lot of sugar too. I mean.
Oh yeah.
So if we're making sugar.
Imagine if the embargo was lifted. How much, dude?
How much more sugar?
Cuba might be the high fructose corn syrup capital of the fucking world.
I thought we were talking about North Korea.
Yeah, we're going elsewhere. Hey man, we're having a discussion.
You're fucking on the wind, man. Whoa! Fly by the seat of your pants. Let's stick to the subject. You wrote me out my script.
You can take it anywhere you want.
Kim God Dad. Let's talk about him a minute.
Okay, Kim God Dad. He's a piece of shit. That's my piece.
That's your piece.
Piece of shit.
Piece of shit.
I agree. The panel.
What about you, Mormon? Piece of shit.
Kim Jong. You?
King Dad's son.
God.
King God's son.
Commie.
So that whole
Well, it looks like he's 100% done for. Nobody here likes him. Why are you bringing him up? Why we even bring him up?
Because we're doing a recap of all
nobody
the
likes
topics.
This guy.
It means nobody likes Osama bin Laden.
It could possibly impact our future.
Nobody likes Republican nominees for the most part either. All of
Eddie Munster, whatever his name was.
Yeah, no, it's Herman. But all right,
Mitt Munster.
For our final recap topic, we got one final topic to talk about, and we'll hopefully wrap it up short and sweet. But it's kind of an important topic.
It is
the end of the Iraq War, and I put quotation marks around the whole goddamn thing because it's ridiculous. We've never. Any country that we've ever occupied, we've never actually left. South Vietnam, we never left. South Korea,
nor should we
never
leave.
left.
I don't know. We should leave.
Germany, all of these countries. Oh yeah, and I mean that's based on your opinion, or I mean that's
based on fact.
Well, yeah, but supposedly this month we had the end of the Iraq War and President Obama.
Dirty shame. We should. Well, I mean, even though
President Dirty Shame.
Yeah, President Dirty Shame. I remember when George W. sat on the aircraft carrier and said "Mission accomplished," and it damn near brought tears to my eyes. I feel like we've just been there helping them get stabilized for the last couple of years.
That was 9 fucked up years ago.
Hey,
that he did
9 years.
Yeah.
Sometimes it takes. It's hard to teach an old dog new tricks. I mean, Arabs. They needed some assistance, and America's the people to get it done. We go in there and we show them how to get it done.
Mini skirts and machine guns. That's the way of the future.
Polka dot. Eeny, teeny, polka dot bikini. And if you don't like it, love it or leave it, my friend. I mean, we're gonna continue to bring the good fight to them over there. And Afghanistan's next. Iran, you're on fucking watch. You're on notice.
We end the war.
You can take it here. I pay attention to what's going on over there, and them borders are looking mighty tasty. We're gonna come in. I'm sure you got some pretty fine women you've been keeping
that
on
juicy that black juice underneath their nations are.
Yes, I can smell it.
Well, we end a war in Iraq and we piss on the corpses in Afghanistan.
Good night. Put them to bed.
Put them to bed, sure, Deke. But it's at the end of the Iraq War, but it's not the end of war. I mean, it's insignificant.
I loved how we had the huge flag ceremony to leave Iraq, and we were taking out our flag for the last time, and the dignitaries from Iraq didn't even show up.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it shows how morally bankrupt our nation is that we're going to go into another country and wave our flag. That is fucking...
primitive.
That is disgusting.
Medieval.
That is a piece of toilet paper on that fucking flagpole, dude. It's stained with the blood and tears of probably... close to 1 million people. Let's put it.
Imperialism drives progress sometimes.
Look out, Rome.
Yeah,
shit. Very progressive Rome in its fall.
But I don't know. Yeah, we're just a morally bankrupt country. I'd be very proud to see America.
Moral abundance.
Reestablish
it. Well, I don't know where you get all this moral bankruptcy. I mean, wars are always going to be around.
Because we do them in the guise of peace. Hitler killed them not in the guise of peace. It was just destruction, genocide. We took him the
good fight, and he shot himself. He couldn't take it.
Yeah, and good thing. I despite any agenda or secret motives, Hitler being killed, definitely good thing. Kim Jong-il dying of a heart attack on a train, fine. Whatever. But we are morally bankrupt because we walk around with the big swinging dicks, and then in the name of peace we kill millions of people, while our people eat cheeseburgers and vote for the people that kill all these people, that send the cheeseburger eaters out to die. It's very sad. There's nothing Christian about this nation. There's nothing moral about what our government does.
You need to be well versed in the tenets of Christianity, my friend, because I remember Joshua.
I remember thou shalt not kill.
He laid pretty broad swaths of bodies of the ground in the name of God. And there was a pretty particular scene there with the throat on the fallen leader, and he's about to take his head.
So
show it to his
fuck
buddies.
The commandments then, because.
But I mean, the Old Testament is a big snuff film on. You know what I mean? It's a big snuff film.